Greetings, fellow Earthlings and viewers across the World Wide Web. This is Tune 215, and right now we're in the state of Pennsylvania. We're currently in the city of Philadelphia. Today we're going to be doing a virtual tour of the Grays Ferry Hood here in South Philadelphia, located on the South Philadelphia West Corridor. We're approaching Morris Street. We're at the intersection of 31st and Morris. We're traveling southbound down the 1700 block of 31st Street. This is where the original Grays Ferry low-rise public housing projects once stood. And now, as you can see, there's beautiful townhomes in their place. We're at 31st and more. We're at 31st and Mifflin Street. We're gonna make this left-hand turn on the 3000 block of Mifflin Street. We're passing Corliss Street. We're now approaching 30th. We're at 30th and Mifflin. I'm going to make this left-hand turn on the 1800 block of 30th Street. Grays Ferry receives an F rating based on AreaVibes.com. Total crime in the area is 151% above the national average. We're passing Moore Street, 30th and Moore Street. We're at 30th and Morris Street. I'm gonna make this right-hand turn down Morris. Violent crime in Grays Ferry is 289% above the national average, while property crime is 125% above the national average. We're passing 29th Street. Now we're passing Dover Street. I'm going to make a right-hand turn here at Newkirk, the 1700 block of Newkirk Street. Now these are more original homes of the area. These were here a lot longer than those new ones you saw at the beginning of the video. Based on AreaVibes.com, stats say you have a 1 in 18 chance of becoming a victim of crime in Grays Ferry. We're gonna make this right-hand turn. We're now on Moore Street. Let's make this left-hand turn on 29th Street. We're passing New Hope Street, the intersection of 29th and New Hope. $1824 is for sale on my right-hand side. 1824 29th Street. In case you want to look up that property and see what the property value is going for. We're gonna make this right-hand turn on McKean Street, 29th and McKean. Now we're gonna make a right-hand turn on Hollywood Street, the 1900 block of Hollywood Street. Massachusetts tags on our right-hand side. We're gonna make this right-hand turn on Mifflin. Turning right on Mifflin Street. We're at 29th and Mifflin. We're gonna pass 29th Street. We're gonna make this left-hand turn down the 1800 block of South Dover Street. Gray's Ferry is said to be safer than 12% of the cities in Pennsylvania. However, there was a history of turf wars taking place in this neighborhood with residents, mainly younger folks, from just blocks away from each other. We're traveling through the 1600 block of South Dover, passing 777 Supermarket on our left. We have even older homes in front of us. These are probably some of the oldest standing homes in this neighborhood. Entering the 1500 block of Dover Street, we have a Gray's Ferry mural on our left-hand side. So as you notice, compared to when we started out the video, there's 7 or 8 different styles of homes in the area, from the townhomes to the more modern 2-story homes, to these 2-story homes, which are a bit older. And then what you will see shortly is you will see an influx of brand new properties that were made within the last 5 years. Investors have been revitalizing the neighborhood by buying property and either renovating it, rehabilitating it, or just knocking it down and starting from scratch. We're gonna allow this truck to straighten up his vehicle. It looks like he's trying to make this turn, and it's a tight turn. We're gonna make this left-hand turn down Reed Street. There's a mural on my right that says, "The future starts today, not tomorrow." Let's make this left-hand turn on 29th and Reed. We're passing Jarrett Street. Now we're passing Wilder Street. We have St. Gabriel's Catholic Church on our right. And we have a SEPTA bus that appears to be trying to make a turn. Is he trying to make a turn on this very tiny block? There's a vehicle parked on the corner, not allowing the bus to make an easy turn. There's cars parked on both corners, on the left and on the right. And if he cuts that turn too short, he'll end up destroying somebody's vehicle. If this is his route, there should be signs, no parking on that corner. And it should be blocked off with lining on the ground with a giant X, so that the residents know not to park on that corner. There's a Volkswagen on my left, and there's a Jeep Grand Cherokee on my right. And now he seemed to have cleared the Volkswagen that's on my left, but the Jeep that's on my right is still preventing him from making the turn. So he's stuck. So I think I'm just gonna make this left-hand turn because we're gonna be here quite some time. Yeah, he is absolutely pinned in. I wanted to go down that block, but we're just gonna have to find a detour. I wish him luck. You need it. What are the odds we see two long vehicles trying to make a turn on these tiny blocks, back to back? All right, we're approaching 28th Street. We're at 28th and Dickinson. We're traveling eastbound on Dickinson. Let's make this right on Marston. This is the 1500 block of Marston Street. This Toyota could be parked closer in, but they're not. So I had to go on the sidewalk just to avoid their vehicle. We're approaching Tasker Street. I'm gonna make this right-hand turn on Tasker take it straight down to about 30th Street. We're at 28th and Tasker. Now we're traveling westbound on Tasker, passing Newkirk, and now we're approaching Dover Street. On my right hand side is the block where the bus was stuck at. I wonder if he ever made it through. I'll tell you shortly. Nope, he's still stuck there. Yeah, he's stuck there. We're passing Hollywood Street on our right hand side. On our left we have Lanier Park. We're passing Myrtlewood, the 1500 block of Myrtlewood. We're at 30th and Tasker. I was gonna make a right on 30th, but let's take it down one more block so you guys can check out Stanley Street. We're gonna make this right-hand turn on Stanley Street. Now, a lot of the new construction is closer to Ferry Ave and also Point Breeze. We're next to the Point Breeze neighborhood. That's to the right of us. Right now we're traveling northbound on Stanley Street. We're at 30th and Dickinson. Past some Texas tags on our right and Ohio tags on our left. Another set of Texas tags on my left. Past Maryland tags on our left. We're passing Dover Street. Let's make this left down Newkirk. Looks like there's a brand new construction on this block. So notice how many of these homes, they're similar in style. And then when you get to the corner on my left-hand side, there's a brand new building that overshadows all the other houses. It's like a 3-story, you see it? This one with the black face and the bricks. That's a pretty new building. And there's plenty of those dropped all throughout this neighborhood. More on my left. There's, it looks like, I'm actually going up a one-way. Somebody helped guide me. Yeah, they see on my right hand side there's do not enter signs. So if you're not paying attention, you'll end up going through a one-way. But I appreciate that. He gave me the beep beep as a reminder. We're at 29th and Reed. Well, that's good that we turned this way because here's more of the new construction I was referring to. right here. Check it out on Hollywood, the 1300 block of Hollywood. Look at these new properties. It looks like they're still under construction, but there's several that's already in the area that's been done and lived in for the last couple years. So some of these blocks, they start off as, let me see if this makes sense. Some of these blocks, you go straight, and then it's a do not enter, so it goes towards you. But then after that block or two, it goes straight again, and then maybe another block or two, it's a do not enter. And it's literally the same street the whole way down, but however the city planning decided to navigate traffic, sometimes it's a little complicated. The entire city isn't like that, but some neighborhoods have those type of scenarios where it'll turn into a one-way abruptly. Some areas of the city, there'll be a two-way and you got to share the same street. Look at this, is a new construction on my left. 2209 Wharton Street on my left. If you want to see what that property's selling for, look up 2905. That was like a dyslexic moment. 2905 Wharton Street in South Philadelphia. You can check out that property and see what it's selling for. We're passing Dover. We have another new one on my left, squeezed in. And now we have another 4 or so new ones on my left. You see them on my left? Brand new buildings. Here's another one if you want to check out the property value. 2807 Wharton Street. We're at the intersection of 28th and Wharton. There's a do not enter on my right. And again, with some more new properties on my left. Investors have been rebuilding this neighborhood and also Point Breeze, which is directly in front of us. That's another one that's pretty popular amongst investors. Because these neighborhoods are minutes away from Center City. And most people who come to Philly, they enjoy that aspect of the nightlife, the convenience, things in walking distance and driving distance. A little quick 7-8 minute drive down the road and you get to all the stores that you need to get to. We're approaching 26th Street. Now the next block is 25th. There's actually road work ahead of us, so we're not gonna go down that block. But once you cross over that block, then you'll be in the Point Breeze neighborhood. We're on 26th and Oakford Street. We're passing Manton Street. There's a ton of new construction on the block we just passed. Let me take you through it so that you can check it out. We're at 26th and Federal. Gonna make this left-hand turn on the 2600 block of Federal. Wisconsin tags on my left-hand side. And you got a lot of new houses on this block too. As you can see, there's a bunch of different teams doing construction. You can tell by the hard hats, and then you got the vehicles. That guy that jumped out the van looked like he could have been, I didn't read the vehicle, but like part of it, like an air conditioning company or some type of plumbing company. We're at 27th for Federal. Check out this building on the corner, fairly new. And again, right after, fairly new on my right. Directly in front of us, all new buildings on my right, on my left. I wanted to go through this block, and it's a shame. This block got a ton of new construction, but they just closed it off because they stopped in the middle of the street to let out some materials. We're passing Ingram Street. We're at 27th and Oakford. You can look up top to my right and you'll see they have the new framework for a building they're working on. I'm gonna make this left. Let's see if it's possible. Yes, it appears possible. This is Latona Street, or I guess you can say Latanya. And as you can see, even the small blocks thereafter. Look at on my right, some new buildings. On my left, new buildings. You got a 4-story set of buildings over here on my left. 4 stories on what was once an original 2-story block. The homes on my right are the original ones. These little ones, 2-story. There's 4-story buildings on this block. I don't even know how they managed to get it zoned and approved, because normally zoning would be the ones to deny certain projects. But I guess in this day and age, money talks.